this episode is a long time coming, and I've really wanted to show you guys a lot more of the stuff that I own besides all of these games, but the one thing I never get a chance to do with the show is kind of go a little bit more in-depthly into my collection and just have a look at my place, and I got all sorts of different things I collect around here, so I thought you guys might be interested in checking it out. A lot of people always ask me why I don't put all my video games in order, and that's a really good question, but I kind of like this because this isn't just a collection, this is stuff that I play, so I'm always coming up here taking games off, like his Dragon's Curse on the TurboGrafx. You know, I put it right back, or maybe next time I put it back over here. So it's a very organic collection, and I kind of like it this way. I don't want to change it. I don't want to make everything like PS2 games over here, PS3 games over here. So it is kind of random. It's kind of like all my stuff mushed into one here. But I got a lot of games elsewhere throughout here as well. A lot of people always ask what I'm staring at, because sometimes I'm looking at the camera, and sometimes I kind of look like that. And that's because the camera is actually attached to a high-def TV behind me. It's my Sony 46-inch. I can see myself, I can see if the lighting's okay and stuff like that. And sometimes I just kind of catch myself and look at that, so that's what that is. A lot of you don't know, I've been a collector for years. I think I started collecting video games in probably 1986. This is not a collection that I built up overnight by any means. These are games that I built up over the years, and I'm really happy with my collection, and I think one of the best pieces of advice I can give to anybody out there who wants to collect is collect what you like. Don't buy a bunch of games just for the sake of having a bunch of games. Get a bunch of games that you like. Like, I can honestly say that I look up on my collection here, and I like everything that I own. Everything has a certain memory, has a certain kind of emotion, or has a certain, aspect of it that I like. I don't just buy games for the sake of it. Okay, and you can't see the top here, but I got an old Super Nintendo box, a Virtual Boy box, and right here is my old DVDs. And I'm trying to replace all of those. I'm a huge movie collector, and I started with a lot of VHS tapes. I'll take you in my closet later on. I got a lot of old VHS tapes in there. And then I upgraded to Laserdisc, and I have a lot of Laserdiscs as well. I think about 150 Laserdiscs. And then when DVD came out, well, I had to replace everything once again, so I humbly tried, and we go right, actually all the way to the bottom here. And then over here, I've actually started to collect all my Blu-rays. I started with high definition DVD, obviously a bad choice, and then I went to Blu-ray, and so I'm starting to try to build up everything on Blu-ray again, which is quite a lot of stuff. Okay, to the right of what you just saw is all of this stuff. Here's a couple of my old boxes for my Nintendo action set, my Neo Geo CD, and here's actually a small bit of my Phantasy Star collection. Actually, a lot more of it's in the other room. Here we got some Atlas stuff, and here is my Blu-rays. This is what I'm humbly, trying to build back up again. I got a heck of a lot more over here as well. And here's a lot of my models and toys. A lot of my Transformers and Valkyries from Macross. And here's a bit of my Blade Runner collection as well. And here are my old consoles, and also I got consoles in every room. So I got a couple of Nintendos, a couple of Super Nintendos, an N64, a Master System, the Mega CD, Genesis, Power Base Converter, Wii, PS1, a couple of PS2s, my Neo Geo home system, my 3DO Gold, which is not my favorite system, but it's here as well, my PC Engine Shuttle, my TurboGrafx CD-ROM and TurboGrafx attachment, my Sega Saturn. Over here is my PS3, my 360. In the other room, I have my PS1 screen, my Turbo Duo, and I'm gonna forget a bunch. My regular Xbox, and quite a few others. I got a few systems. And behind my TV are actually my posters. I got some stuff from Macross there, from Grolanzer and Orange Road. So this leads us into my living room, and this is above my fireplace here. This is my Far East of Eden picture. I love this with Kabuki on here. And this is the picture that Rob got me 2 Christmases ago, and I actually had it framed. Here's some Capcom versus SNK characters, and this is really cool as well. I'm a big fan of steampunk, and for my birthday, my girlfriend bought me this. I think this is just awesome. It's a steampunk gun. I love it. I think they call it Big Daddy, and it's pretty awesome. So she actually bought me some goggles to match it, some like steampunk goggles. So as you know, I have a high definition TV in the other room, but in my living room, I like to have this. This is my 36-inch Sony XBR, and I got this back in the year 2000. And why it's still in my living room and why I love it is because it makes old school games still look excellent. So this is Magician Lord playing on the TV, and it looks just awesome. If you put this on a high def TV, it kind of, it goes pixelated. It doesn't really look so good. So that's exactly why I still have this TV. I love this TV. One thing I definitely like about the TV, the flatness of it. Like I know a lot of the old tube TVs have like a bubble, and it doesn't really look that good. But even though that's more nostalgic than anything, but I really like the flat screen that this one brings. I believe this is one of the best standard definition televisions ever made. This is something I wanted to show you guys for a while as well. This is my Dungeons and Dragons collection. I'm actually a bit of an old school fan and a new school fan of it. So I bought all the new books, I bought all the old books, I bought the Pathfinder series, got a bunch of modules here. And in a future episode, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about this aspect of my collecting as well, because I'm actually a big fan of it. And I got a lot of cool stories about Dungeons and Dragons, strangely enough, so I got a lot of stuff here. I can't wait to talk about it in a future episode. And I have to show you guys this. This is a picture by Hanzo, and I had to get this framed. I commissioned Hanzo to do this about a year ago with me and Rob, and I handed this out at PAX last year, and me and Rob signed it, and we handed out about 30 of them. And I think we only have a couple left, and they're actually game deals. So I want to thank Hanzo again for this great picture. And it's funny, around my place, I actually have a lot of Star Wars posters framed. So I have Star Wars over here, I got Return of the Jedi over there. In my bedroom, I have The Empire Strikes Back. Here is where I have all my new game stuff. So when I'm working on an episode, it all gets put here, and it kind of builds up a little bit. So I'm in need of doing a new episode for this. And you guys might know this a little bit, but I'm actually a big toy collector. I'm a big Star Wars toy collector and a big G.I. Joe collector. And most of my collection is, in closets, it's hidden away. But I have a bit of it out here. And here's some of my clone troopers. I got addicted to collecting this particular clone trooper from the Clone Wars. And here is my G.I. Joe collection. I'm a part of it anyways. And I got some of these guys out here. And I really love this. I got Indiana Jones, I got the Ark here, the Ark of the Covenant. I got a Clone Trooper walker here, which I'm really a big fan of. I have some aliens down here, next to some wine, strangely enough. And a garland from Megazone, and that's what Rob bought me in the Christmas special.